All right, this is part 6 of the Tomy talking action long train disassembly. And today we're going to be talking about the motor and the activation arm assembly. All right, so we're going to start with the motor, and right off the bat you can probably see that we got some items here that's not normally on your normal train right here. It looks like we got this guy and 2 of those green things right there. What are they and why are they there? Why is this train different than all the rest, and why would they be there? Well, it's different because you have this IC board, right, integrated chip board right here, or just circuit board. That's why they're there. All right. Now, what does a capacitor, which is that right there, and these 2 inductors do? A capacitor resists a change in voltage. It doesn't like the voltage to change. While the inductors over here on either side, they resist change in current. They don't like the current to be going up and down, nor does this like the voltage to be going up. It likes to keep it consistent, or at a quiescent state. Now, your motor loves a lot of current. It makes it go fast. But your micro miniature components over here on this circuit board will fry with a lot of current, will burn. So that's what this is designed for. This is a protection circuit to protect the doggone circuit board. So that's that. That's the motor. Okay, now over here, if you ever try to take this apart, both these 2 leads for that capacitor connects there, and this lead right here for this inductor also goes through there, but it also, that lead is a very long lead. It goes in there and all the way back down to here and grounds itself to the case of the motor. That's one long lead. So if you ever try to take that apart, be aware of that. Okay, so now the activation assembly. Okay, here's your activation assembly. This is the part right here that is underneath the train. Okay, and that's the part that bounces up and down on top of the little notches on your track. You'll hear the train going. You hear the train going along, going. When you hear that, that's this bouncing on top of those little. All right, and what it's doing, it's hitting right here. It's bouncing this and hitting up against that right there. Hitting up against that right there, that activation arm in there. But this is the whole assembly. I put it back together from with the gears so you can see the gears. So let's go ahead and take it back apart. Okay. Now we're going to remove that spring that I told you about. You don't want to lose this spring. It has 2 links. It has a long link right there and then a short link. The long link will always go back inside this little notch right here, that little hole right there. Don't look like you can see it very good. There it is right there. It'll go inside right there. The long end of that spring will go right in that little hole right there. Okay, and it wraps around the actual activation arm pivot point right there. Okay, so let's put that away. Now we're going to lift the housing off the pivot. Okay. Now there's 3 pieces to this housing. There's the case itself on either side, and then there's the part in the middle right here that bounces up and down too. Okay, so let's take that off. All right, we're going to remove the pivot. All right, put that in the tray. Now the arm, actuator arm, can just come out. It's free floating. Okay, there it is. We'll put that in the tray. Now we're going to disassemble the housing. All right, there's 2 brown wires running to the housing. All right, and so let's go ahead and take that apart. Oh, here's that little screw that I told you about. All right, there's only 2 of them. This one and the one that's in the tender right here, and the 3-way switch on the off and on switch on the tender. They're identical. So let's go ahead and take that off. Definitely don't want to lose these little guys. All right, put it over in the tray. Now we're going to, it's a clamshell type of, and we're going to remove that. All right, and now we exposed the actuator arm assembly switch. All right, it's a blade switch. Let's see if we can pull it out of there. Okay, get a little focus, and we're going to expand it a little bit so you can see this guy. All right, this is called a blade switch. And it just makes contact with those 2 little contacts. See those little guys right there? When you hit those 4 bumps, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And what it is, there's a voltage level that's coming down these wires right here. There's a voltage coming down these wires. All right. And when they connect and they send that voltage back to the IC chip. And it reads the number of ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means one thing. It makes it stop. 1, 2 makes it go chugga, chugga, chugga. And one might make it whistle blow. But this is the guy that makes that happen, this little activation switch. Now, this little arm, that is what is hitting the track. And this at the top right here, see that, is bouncing up against this. Okay. All right. So that is the activation arm disassembly.